أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على المصطفى أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You are welcome to this episode titled Islam is Simple, a series during which we exhibit element of simplicity in Islam so that people can really understand what Islam is all about. My name is Dr. Tajudeen Adebayo. You are welcome to this edition. In this edition, we want to show that Islam is a complete system and the system is very unique. It has its own economic system, it has its own political system, it has its own social system, and that is why it's a complete system. And this system is very unique. Let's take Islamic economic system for instance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala laid down some principles that guides our economic activities, and in it there should be no room for cheating, and that is why usually is made haram. You cannot allow money to beget money because somebody is very rich, can give out a loan and will collect interest. No, that's not allowed because it's a cheating. Money does not beget money. What you need to do is to engage that money in business, and that will bring out money for you as profits. So interest is not allowed. Likewise, you are not allowed to engage in garar, things that are ambiguous. Now, ambiguity should not be entertained, whereby what you are selling is not clear. What you are selling should be clear, and the faults there should be made known to the buyer. So that if the buyer wants to pay, he will go ahead and buy. If he doesn't want to, but for somebody to now engage in cheating, he has claimed that he has sold 10 yards. When you get home, you now find 9 yards. That is not allowed in Islam. These are the principles. And now it's been developed across the globe. And Islamic finance is now growing, even in Nigeria and all other places in the world, even the Western world. Islamic finance is growing. And the way it is structured is not allowed for anybody to be cheated. Whether you are the owner of the capital, or you are a passive investor, or you are the customer, everybody will be allowed to gain. It's a win-win system. That is Islam for you. Likewise, in Islamic political system, the Prophet ﷺ did not describe or specify any mode of governance, that this is democracy, capitalism. No, he did not. And he did not even give clear instruction that this is the person that will succeed me after me. But he gave them guidelines, the principles. The principle is that if you are going to be a leader, you have to be a servant as well. Sayyidul Qawm Khadimuhum. The leader of a group is a servant to them. Is the one that will serve their needs, and it shouldn't be made as Lord on them. And it's not meant for every Dick and Harry. It's meant for those who have something to offer. If you don't have something to offer, politics is not meant for you. And people who are given a position of responsibility, they are given based on their qualities. If you don't have the qualities, then you don't have to go for it. Even though you may be old, you may be rich, it doesn't matter. Politics is not meant for every Dick and Harry. Leadership in Islam across ages has shown simplicity, fairness, and justice in dealing with all and sundry, especially the non-Muslims living in Islamic territory. I will cite an instance. One prominent example is recorded in Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya of Ibn Kathir, when Sayyidina Ali Karamallah Wajahu, as the khalifa, was engaged in a case with a Jew. He discovered that his shield was found in the possession of a Jew. Then he told the Jew, "Oh, this shield belongs to me." And the man said, "No, it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to me. It's found in my possession." Then Sayyidina Ali suggested that, "Okay, let's go to the judge." Then they went to Qadi Shuraih. When they got there, the Khalifa said, "Oh judge, this shield is mine. I did not sell it. I didn't give it out. I don't know how this man got hold of it." But the man said, "No, the shield is found in my possession. It is mine." Then the Qadi said, "Okay, Khalifa, do you have any proof to show that this thing belongs to you?" Khalifa said, "Oh, it's like Shurai, you are right. I don't have any evidence. no receipt, nothing to claim that this is mine. Then he said, okay, the judge now determined that, oh, this case is going to be in favor of this Jew. You can go with it. And this man took the shield and left. But he didn't go far before he came back. And he said, oh, you as the khalifa, khalifa is like a president of the Muslim world then. It's not just a country, all the Islamic territory. He was the president. And you mean that you brought me to a judge who determined the case in my favor against you, and you accept? This man said, oh, if that is your religion, I testify that there is no God except Allah and that Muhammad SAW is his prophet. So the Khalifa now said, oh, if that should be the case, that shield I dash you is yours. And I even give you a horse as a gift because you have accepted Islam. This shows the fairness with which our rulers ruled then. And that was the practice at the prime time of Islam, before people now turned themselves to emperor and they gathered a lot of wealth. So Islam is not what we see that people are doing. And nowadays, those who are really not, some of them are Muslims, some of them are Christians, but are they really practicing what Islam says? Do they really understand what Islam says? No, they don't. So we need to understand the nitty-gritty of Islam. If we want to understand Islam, we need to go back to the Quran and Sunnah. In the Quran, Allah SWT emphasizes justice. Inna Allah ya'murukum, inna Allah ya'muru bil adli wal ihsan. Allah commands that you should be just, and you should be kind in every position you find yourself. And in Islam, the concept of leadership is not just for those who are in political positions. No, it's much more than that. The Rasul declared that kullukum ra'i wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyatihi. All of you are shepherds, and all of you are going to be queried about your flock. What does that mean? A man in his house is a leader on his wife, on his children, and he's going to be queried about how he deals with them. Likewise, a woman in her household is also a leader, and she's going to be queried about how she conducts the affairs of the home. Likewise, the gardener, likewise the housekeeper, likewise the cleaner. Everybody has some things under him. So if that should be the case, everybody's going to be queried about what he has done. So in that case, it is not just for us to condemn those who are in power. No, it's very easy for us to apportion blames. Oh, the president is bad. Oh, the governor is corrupt. Oh, the commissioner is not good. What of us? Are we also good? Some people cannot even rule their household effectively. And somebody who cannot even conduct the affairs of as just one wife, maybe 2 or 3 children, cannot even be just among them, is now blaming the governor of a whole state, blaming the president of a whole country. That is unjust. So we need to be just in our utterances. We need to be just in everything we do, because we should be aware that kullukum ra'i wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyati. All of you are shepherds, and all of you are going to be queried about how you conduct the affairs of people under you. That is Islam for you. Likewise, in our social activities, we are also given an opportunity to learn about Islam. When we are talking about social life in Islam, it starts from our household. As a Muslim, you don't think about yourself alone. You think about others as well. You do unto others what you want them to do unto you. And that is the golden rule governing the social interaction in Islam. That's whatever you don't want them to do to you, don't do it to others. لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. What you don't want for yourself, don't want it for others as well. And that is the rule that guides your relationship between you and your parents, to start with, your mother, your father, and those who are close to them, your relatives. That is the rule governing them. Likewise, your neighbor, by extension, those who just share boundary with you for a while. You need to know that all of them are human beings. Bloods that flow in you also flow in them. What you don't want them to do to you, you don't do it to them. And as Muslim, Righteousness is not restricted to just praying. No, it's much more than that. Likewise, it's not just for us to fast, it's part of it. Yes, they are also part of righteousness. But righteousness is beyond that. It has to do with the quality of our faith in Allah. It has to do with the quality of our faith in the last day. And that is what really shapes our worldview as Muslims. That a day will come when we are going to account for all we have done in life. So that is enough to shape our views that, oh, it doesn't end here. If it's going to end here, so many issues are going to be unresolved. For instance, some people are being punished for offense they knew nothing about, and they will spend the good part of their life in prison. And the offender, the sinner, will be enjoying his life around, maybe because he has money. Some people will just embark on crime, kidnapping, mass abduction. Some people will embezzle money, and they will make life difficult for others. And they will continue to enjoy that until they die. While some people are deprived of basic elements of life, to even feed becomes problem because somebody has eaten their own portion along with him. So when we have that feeling that no, it doesn't end here, as Muslims, our whole worldview should be different from others. You look at life and say, no, whatever I do here, I'm going to be queried by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever I do here, I'm going to account for it. I'm going to account for my life. I will account for whatever I say. I will account for whatever I eat and whatever I do. So that is why when people remember that day, that yes is coming, they behave as Muslims. But how many people remember that? That's the question. Many of us don't remember that. It is when the angel of death comes that we know, oh, it has come. Oh, but we have been warned. All of us know that this life is short. All of us know that it's going to end one day. Why don't we take that into cognizance when we behave, when we act, whatever we do? We should know that Allah is watching us. And that is Islam for you. A very simple and straightforward religion that takes into account every minute details. In the Quran, Allah says, on that day, they will be given a book. لا يغادر صغيرة ولا كبيرة إلا أحصاها. This book does not leave untouched, whether it's small or it's big. They will be shouting, oh, what kind of book is this? Even those little details are taken into consideration. Yes, unless Allah wants to forgive. So once we have that at the back of our mind, when we want to talk, if we want to even comment as a social commentator or a social analyst, you should always have that at the back of our mind. Yes, you are going to be queried about this thing you want to say. So that is what Islam is all about. So those of us who are led, we have responsibility. Those of us who are leaders, we have responsibility. All of us we are all in charge. Kullukum ra'i wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyati. This is what Islamic politics is all about. Everybody is responsible and everybody is going to be queried on the day of Qiyamah. This is where we are going to end this episode, inshallah. The next episode will continue. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.